Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. I'm Cody Proctor. Mark is off tonight. I'll begin this hour with an update on the newly approved federal funding made available to victims of last August's wildfires here in Spokane County. KREM 2's Nathan Hyun stopped by a meeting among area wildfire recovery leaders, and he brings us more tonight.
I'm at the Salvation Army in Spokane, where the Spokane Region Long-Term Recovery Group met with federal officials. The meeting focused on FEMA money that's now available for people affected by the wildfires in Medical Lake and Elk last August. Already more than 50 people in the Medical Lake and Elk areas applied for FEMA fundings just days after the announcement.
My top line message will always be, please register.
Lance Davis is a federal coordinating officer for FEMA, which helps provide federal money to those impacted by natural disasters.
We're focused on here to give whatever support we can and support all the local efforts that have been going on.
President Biden declared the wildfires major disasters on Tuesday, opening up the road for federal aid. FEMA funding focuses on providing help for those who lost their homes.
Everybody's excited. They're hoping that they get more help because most of them have been on their own.
Richard Zeinart's vice chair for the Spokane Region Long-Term Recovery Group, which focuses on helping victims of both wildfires.
Now, instead of emergency needs, now we can start looking at long-term improvement. And that's where FEMA can come in.
Davis says there's no limit to the amount of FEMA funding. People just have 60 days to register and can receive up to $42,500 for damages.
It is based on need and it's based on real damages. And so anyway, there's the opportunity and the potential of getting that level of reimbursement.
Officials want people to be aware if they've already received aid from other entities, they can't double dip for the same reimbursement. But that shouldn't stop people from registering.
If there are things that have not been covered, that's where we come in and augment and can give that additional assistance up to, again, $42,500.
Even though it's taken 6 months to get federal funding approval, Zeinart keeps a positive outlook.
It's late, but at least they've come. And it's spring, and people need some enthusiasm.
Davis says federal officials will connect with applicants in the next couple of days. Once that's done, eligible people could receive a check within 2 weeks. So officials urge people to apply for FEMA funding, and even if people are unsure if they're eligible, officials recommend people apply. In Spokane, Nathan Hyun, KREM 2 News.
Well, right now, let's switch gears and talk weather right now with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legout tonight. As we head into the rest of this week and into the weekend, there's a chance we could be cracking 50 tomorrow, right, Jeremy?
Everybody keeps saying this. That's all. How are we going to break 50? Are we going to break 50? I go to the grocery store, 10 people. Are we going to break 50?
I'm asking you now.
Yeah, I think we'll do it. Okay, this is a weird one, though. Hear me out on this. 36 right now. We're getting cold tonight. That is going to be one of the limiting factors. Temperatures dropping because of our clear skies overhead play a huge role in how warm we wind up getting tomorrow afternoon. We fall down to 32. That's a giant gap to get up to 50. And with sunshine, we might just do it. Saturday, a little bit of cloud cover starts today, but by the afternoon, a little more sun. But here you go. Tonight, I think we go all the way down, almost kiss freezing, but don't. Tomorrow, all the way up. We'll do it. We'll hit 50. I didn't put it on there because I don't want it on paper that I said it, but here we are. 50 tomorrow, 50 Saturday. Sunday, chance of showers and wind hitting late.
16th ranked Gonzaga women's basketball back in the kennel tonight, looking to keep that WCC resume squeaky clean. And tonight's game was pretty much over from the opening tip. The Bulldogs hosting San Francisco. The Zags got it going early, opening the game with a 10-0 run, and they never looked back from there. Yvonne Ejim finished with a game-high 20 points. Brenna Maxwell added 18. Eliza Hollingsworth had 12. And Caitlin Trong had 10 as the Zags knocked off San Francisco 74-48. But the game wasn't the big news of the night. Never fear, Yvonne Ejim is here for another year. The Gonzaga women's star made the announcement tonight before the game against San Fran. Our Andrew Quinn has more on the big news.
She's back. That's right. Following the tough news today, the Gonzaga guard Bree Salenbine had torn her ACL for the third time in her career. The team also announced before the game that WCC Player of the Year candidate and senior forward Yvonne Ejim will return to school next year for her fifth and final year of eligibility.
I know I made the best decision for me, so I'm just excited. I'm really happy that I get to stay with this team and this program and kind of like this Gonzaga community, just because it's so like I've built a home here.
We're happy to get her for a 5th, and I know that she's going to continue to improve. She's done that every year that she's been here, and will be great to have her going into next season.
I was kind of joking before the game with some players, like there's probably a WCC coaches group chat and they're probably spamming just like, oh, we got to deal with her another year, but I'm super excited to watch Vaughn. She'll probably be dunking at that point, who knows.
Ejim and the Zags have now won 21 games in a row. They'll be back in action Saturday in Malibu against Pepperdine. Tip-off for that game is set for 2 p.m. For now, reporting at the McCarthy Athletic Center, Andrew Quinn, KREM 2 Sports.
Andrew, thanks so much. Let's turn over now to Night Beat for a quick look at the day's top stories. Moses Lake's well on its way to becoming a hub for advanced battery manufacturing. Today, the U.S. Secretary of Energy, Senator Maria Cantwell, and Governor Jay Inslee visited 2 companies paving the way for battery technology in the region. Last year, these companies invested each of their $100 million federal grants into building manufacturing facilities here. Construction of Sila's still underway, with production expected to start next year. A 16-year-old shooting suspect was charged as an adult today in court. Easton Letchworth's one of 4 teens accused of shooting at a man near the Gonzaga University campus last Friday. He's now charged with 3 counts of attempted murder and first-degree assault with a firearm. The other 3 are charged with robbery, criminal conspiracy, and assault. And tonight, people are mourning and remembering the life of Captain Benjamin Moulton. The Idaho Marine died in a helicopter crash earlier this month during a training exercise near San Diego. 4 other Marines were also killed. Today, officials flew Captain Moulton's body back to his hometown of Emmett, Idaho, and people all across the state lined the streets of Emmett for one last homecoming led by the Idaho State Police. And that was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just head to our website, KREM.com. Well, new tonight, the Chinook Indian Nation in Western Washington celebrating a legal victory in its more than century-long effort to be recognized by the U.S. government. The Chinook Nation filed a suit back in 2017, challenging the Bureau of Indian Affairs for withholding money the government already awarded the tribal nation for lands lost to settlers. At the end of last year, federal courts, the BIA, and Congress confirmed the Chinook tribe's rights to those funds.
This Docket 234 decision is not the formal federal recognition that we're seeking, but it is unambiguous recognition of our community's existence and of our rightful title to the lands where we continue to live.
The chairman believes this victory will help the Chinook Nation gain permanent federal recognition, which will take an act of Congress. Well, there are several new drug-related bills moving through legislatures all across the Pacific Northwest. In Oregon, a bill to crack down on drug use on public transit's now one step closer to becoming law. The Senate passed it yesterday. It would make drug use on public transportation a Class A misdemeanor. Under the bill, people caught using drugs on public transit would have access to state-funded treatment once convicted. The bill now heads to the Oregon House of Representatives. In Idaho, a bill to rewrite Idaho's drug paraphernalia law passed the House unanimously. The change would no longer consider fentanyl testing strips drug paraphernalia. That bill now heads to the Idaho Senate. And just last year, a Washington law also clarified what is drug paraphernalia, making those test strips more readily available across the state. And now also, Idaho lawmakers are considering legislation to create a new license plate modeled after the Don't Tread on Me flag design. It's formerly known as the Gadsden flag. The design dates back to the American Revolution. If passed, Idaho would use money raised from the plates to fund an existing gun safety education program. And that was your KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where you get more news in less time.